Greetings, everyone. It's Farm Talk Friday, November 28th, 2025. I'm Ken Jordan. This is my beautiful wife, Giovanna. Hi, Angel.
Hi, baby. It's so dark outside.
Yes, we normally do this while it's light outside. We got a late start today. What can you do?
Foosball.
Yeah, there was a football game on. Okay, so we're here in Costa Rica, where we've been for almost 10 years, living here almost 10 years now. I retired from the Crystal Method in 2016. We moved down here to live.
It's almost been 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giovanna has an amazing nonprofit called Greenwave. Check out Greenwave at greenwave.eco, and she's also an amazing tantric yoga teacher. So, what we like to do is come on every Friday, talk about what's going on in our lives and at our little permaculture farm, which you can't see in back of us this time.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So, the first thing I'd like to talk about is we're in transition time right now. We're transitioning from rainy season to dry season. And I'm always surprised every rainy season how much it rains, and I'm always surprised in the dry season how dusty it is. So, well, whatever. We live through it every year, so I just gotta wear those scarves and hats and glasses and deal with the dust. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, what do you like better, mud or dust?
Well, when it gets too dusty, I like the rainy season. When it's too rainy, I can't wait for the dry season, of course.
Of course, yeah.
All right, what's going on, honey?
Well, Gracias Madre, we had a beautiful celebration with just a lovely bunch of individuals and couples yesterday. So it was really nice, and we are here on Chortega land. That's what we've been told anyway, that the land that we're on, not necessarily like this exact plot, but this area was once under Chortega control. So thanks for stewarding the land in the past. And I think the Mayans used to come through. Maybe their priests used to bury important people around here. That's like a local legend.
Well, we think we have two pyramids right in Covino there.
Yeah, you can actually Google that, and there's like maps that will come up. But anyways, we don't want to blow that up because that would change everything here. So anyways, it was really lovely. Our friend Patricia had a really pretty song, and Sherry, it was at our friends Sherry and Dan's house, and they do this yearly. They have lots of people, and but good thing they have lots of support also to feed so many people, and they call it Gracias Madre, and I'm super appreciative of that because I've been bringing it up to people in the community, like, why are we importing this holiday? And I know I don't look like it, but I'm part Native American. It really bothers me, like let's at least just change the name maybe. So they went with Gracias Madre, and I thought that was really beautiful. So anyway, that happened. And then just on a total different note, some people have noticed that, I've changed my hair color. So I'm going back to my roots. Whatever this color is, it is technically whatever brand this is, blonde 7.3, golden blonde 7.3. I don't know what the brand is. I bought it at some kind of like eco store. And, we're so used to bright blondes that like people can't recognize like darker blonde shades anymore. They just think it's brown. And you know what? I'm fine. Like if this is some kind of brown, like I'm okay with that. But I thought that, so I didn't dye the whole thing. Like this is me on top to about like here. And then what I was trying to do was like match my roots. So I just dyed down here, and people actually are like, you did that yourself? I said, yeah. Did.
Well, it looks great.
I'm gonna save Ken lots of money. Isn't that great?
Yes, thanks
yeah,
for that,
you're
Angela.
welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, then we had a friend yesterday say, do you love it? Oh, I'm like, well, I don't love it. You don't feel amazing? She's like, well, and I'm like, well, I'm not doing it to feel amazing. You know, it really actually has to do with wanting to feel comfortable in my own skin and not need to feel amazing. And I think anyone that's been blonding their hair as long as I have, I think I started putting sun in my hair and lemon juice and whatever, but definitely sun in since I was 12 years old. And I got used to that, like that brightness around my face. And I think a lot of my friends would agree that like when we go darker, like our hair grows out, it changes our mood and we do not feel good. It's, I guess, like if girls like go and get like their nails done, it starts growing out and they get really self-conscious about that. So I'm like, I just want to be done with that phase of my life where I feel that I need to be doing something to make me feel better. I think that's, you know, I told Ken, I'm like, as soon as I start going gray, I will probably lean into that super hard because I love brightness. I'll probably dye my hair gray or go platinum again. But for now, I'm going to see how long I can hang out on this, and I'm liking it so far. So anyway, that's that.
All right.
I did not overheat this week like I did last week, so that's always good.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I guess one thing I'm forgetting about is since our last show, you know, this year is my year of injuries.
Oh yeah.
Surgeries.
So after the show,
Choking to death, disasters. Yeah. Yeah, so Sunday was my first day back on my road bike, on the road. I've been doing bike machines and my bike on my machine, but I hadn't been on the road for a while because I had this hand surgery. So it was my first day back. It was a beautiful morning, just absolutely beautiful. And I was flying. I was on my third lap of 4, and it was early in the morning. And I saw this nice tourist couple kind of walking, you know, the opposite direction I was going, you know, and I just gave them a wave, buenos dias. And right as I took my hand off the handlebars, I hit this speed bump, like super fast. This speed bump,
full speed.
the speed bump that I had gone over 5 times already that morning. And I know it's there, but it is hidden. It's totally black. It's never been painted, and it's also in the shade. So it just disappears unless you're really thinking about it. And yeah, so I just had
here's the small part of it.
Yeah, so I went flying, and I'm totally all cut and scraped up from the bottom of my right knee to the top of this shoulder. Yeah. So anyway, but no serious injuries, nothing broken, torn, or anything like that. My hand's okay, my knee's okay. So, you know, I just won't be able to swim or ride my bike for a week or so, but I'll be back soon.
Yes. So I was outside actually
That will be
working.
my last wreck. That will be my last injury of the year.
We hope so. We hope so. Sincerely hope so. Yeah, I was out here in front of the casita gardening, and I actually I'm usually bad about this, and Ken hates it, but I will garden without my phone on me. And I made sure that it was like basically touching my body. It was in a pocket. Not because I thought something was going to happen, but just out of guilt that the last time Ken hurt himself and ended up hurting his hand, my phone was not by me, and he came home and told me. And so this time he was able to get a hold of me, and I immediately said, "Are you okay?" And he laughed, and he goes on to tell me something, and I said, "Are you okay?" And he says, "Well, it's a funny thing about this okay thing that you're asking about." And then he proceeds to tell me the story, and he came home and we bandaged him up. But we do have photos. We will not be posting them. They're personal. So too bad you don't live here. If you do, ask Ken. He might show you. But he has, you know, it was all red. But he's healing up really nicely, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. Doing good.
Moving on to farm news.
Moving on, so farm news, we got new flowers for the yin yang garden.
Beautiful flowers, beautiful flowers.
Yeah, I needed to go pick up some things at the vivero for the drip system because as I mentioned in a previous farm talk, since we've been back, that this year we get to pull up a lot of that and or cap them. We no longer need water going to everything that we had in the past, which is really exciting. We still need some water going into some places, so we got some new stakes also. Just they get weathered and they also get cut from the what's the thing? The motor guarana?
Weed whacker.
Weed whacker. So sometimes we'll find them and they're cut very neatly in half. Sometimes they just break. So we got those and the tapones. The tapone is a cap, like a cap.
Plugs.
Plugs.
Yeah, this.
Yeah. And of course, you know, if I'm going to be at a vivero, I always need to buy some plants. So Ken has said, I'm going to blame it all on Ken, that he wants to see flowers from our window. And the first thing that we see is our yin yang garden. So I made sure that I got some flowers that usually are always flowering. You know, most things don't always flower, but these ones are one of those ones that typically has flowers like throughout the year. So, so hopefully that will make Ken happy. Yay. And then in our yin yang garden, we have squash going. So we get to see lots of beautiful flowers, squash flowers, and I keep wanting to go out and harvest the squash blossoms, but I actually want some squash. So I am letting them be, but I don't see any squash so far. So I don't know if I'm getting beat to it. I'm gonna have to pay a little bit more attention because if we are getting beat to it, I do want the squash blossoms and I want to stuff them with cheese and I want to eat them because I used to love stuffed squash blossoms. If we could have Sherry and Dan's macadamia nut cheese that they served yesterday,
so
that
good.
was so incredible. All the food yesterday was vegan. They used to have it was called Living Light, like a vegan chef school. So anyways, they're incredible food makers. So that's the secure the chickens alarm. Anyways, talking about the girls, they've had fragile eggs lately, so we need to work on that.
Yeah, so when you feed chickens just plain chicken feed, sometimes they need a little additional minerals to harden their eggshells. So, I mean, it's not like you pick them up and they break, but they break pretty easy. They're pretty thin shells. So we do have some. I think it's just calcium that we add to their feed to help them out with the shell hardness. A lot of people will feed them ground up seashells.
Yeah.
To help them, but.
I don't
Could
know
we
if I
do
think
that?
that's-
Could we?
well,
We're
I
not
don't
supposed
think-
to collect seashells from the beach, first of all.
Yeah,
so we
I
can't
don't
do
know
that.
how I feel about that or not.
Yeah, so-
But anyway, at our table yesterday, we had a biologist, Javier, and due to the conversation at the table with our other neighbors and dear friend Steve and San, who also want some future ducks, Javier can help with the ducks, like creating habitat for them and advice. You know, he does like the full consultation on how to secure them, but also other services like, you know, he would know where to get the best chicken feed and aliments. How do we say it?
Alimentos.
To add to it. And we haven't had this problem. It's just since we've been back. So
Yeah.
anyway. We had lots of trees get haircuts. So we needed some to get haircuts before the next rainy season, and because we needed a few trimmed around our solar panels, we just decided that we would get the ones for next rainy season now. And those aren't called Madero Negro, and they grow back really easily.
Also, yeah, and just a lot of branches cut. We don't want anything falling onto our house or any of the bodegas or other structures.
Yeah. So I was really excited. I saw what I thought was new starfruit trees, because our two original starfruit trees, I think, are, and we had an amazing one that was on this line of the casita that died. No. And so we're kind of like, I don't know if we have any starfruit trees now. So I saw these leaves and I was like, oh yay, starfruit trees! I'm so excited. And then like later on, I saw the same leaves, but like in a totally different part of our property. And I was like, starfruit trees here? That doesn't really make any sense. I've never thrown starfruit tree seeds, and I realized it was Madero Negro. So like the Madero Negro is so resilient that you can like chop it into pieces and it will sprout new trees from its cutting. And so you have to be careful where you place them. Like if you want to use them for wood, or like they'll just, a lot of times, like if you need something else staked up, another plant, workers will go and find Madero Negro and make a stake from one of their branches. But that will turn into a tree if you're not careful. So anyways, talking about our trees, Harry and Sue, if you're watching, I would like your best tree fertilizer, but easy recipe. I want to take care of some of our trees this year, and I feel like you had a recipe that involves an egg, some other things, and you talked about it on Farm Talk Friday, but let's see it again in the comments. That would be so great. And then Ken, you want to talk about potato bags? I put you on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be taking over.
Yeah, Ken kept talking about the potato bags. I'm like, well, do you want to do that?
Yeah. Well, I ordered the potato bags. I'm excited about the potato bags. They're these big bags that have a compartment to open to where you see the hole from top to bottom. So anyway, you plant.
Well, and that's easy. So once they're done, you don't have to like dump the whole bag. You can like open up the window.
It's like an access panel. So yeah, it's for root vegetables. I want to do what I guess are called yams. There's sweet potatoes here that are orange. I guess they're yams. And anyways, super excited about that. And hopefully next week I'm going to say I've done something.
Yeah, okay. Well, so the interesting thing is like we wanted to do it before we left, because that would have been awesome, right? Like, yay, we did our potato thing, and then we go away for over a month, and then we come back and we're like, woohoo, something's happening with our potato bags, because they kind of need a lot of time, like at least 3 months for a certain stage of it. And so anyway, so he's asking me, about potato bags. I'm like, well, we didn't have time before we left. Like I watched a video and I like this particular method, and I had wanted to sprout them. And so I'm like, we didn't have time to do that. So I didn't know where we were with it. And then I went into our vivero and I was like, what is this growing out of our box that we start things in? And I realized that what I had done was taken those yams and stuck them in our starter box. And we have these beautiful, like, cascading sweet potato plants now. And so, I don't know what to do about that. Like we can put them into the bag maybe. Or...
Yeah, put them in the bag or put them into pots and start other things in the bag. We'll see.
We'll see. But anyway, at least that's happening. And it's just so pretty. It could be like a decoration plant coming down, cascading.
All right.
But it's food.
Yeah.
But it's food. Anything else? Oh, we had the second permaculture puja on Thursday. It was just Chella and I, but it was really sweet. And I had this little goddess statuette in the Momento Oro area, and she was kind of missing when we went to like go put flowers for our puja in that area, and Jose found the goddess, and so he sent a picture, and maybe I'll post that later on the Permaculture Pin Dump page here on Facebook. But other than that, if you are in town, come join us at the Earth Race party down in the Osa Peninsula. It is on December 13th, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's right. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next week on Farm Talk Friday.